Bluff Boys don't do it.
Hey, it's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch.
I have to go. Do you have to go to the bathroom?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah. All right. So how are we
For
starting
the-
this off?
well, I think we should introduce ourselves first. So, I'm Colin,
My name's Andrew.
and we are the Bluff Boys.
Yep.
We make sketches and whatnot, and music, and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yep.
Now we're trying out podcasts.
Yeah. So we came up with a little idea where we're gonna, pick a topic.
That we're curious about.
We're curious, and we don't know, a topic that we don't know much about, and we're gonna learn about it together. We're all gonna
Mhm.
learn, and then we're gonna use what we've learned
To make a sketch.
to make a sketch, a video. We can make
Any idea, basically, just trying to get the creative juices flowing. We'll probably end up shooting these sketches afterwards and then airing them on Bluff Boys YouTube channel.
Yep, Bluff Boys YouTube channel. It's a great spot to.
There's already some videos on there. there's already some videos on there that if that'll kind of tell you a little bit about us.
Yeah, I mean, we have
as a
a bunch
group.
of videos. A lot of good ones.
They're all fun, all a good time.
Yeah, a lot of Googling this podcast will be, but let's
Yeah, we'll be
let's-
chatting.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This wheel.
Yeah, so for the listeners right now, there's a wheel with all of the topics that we've come up with so far, and we're gonna spin it and pick a random one. We're just gonna figuring out what it's all about, I guess. Yeah. Anything else, or do you want to get into it?
Yeah, I think we should just get into it. Should we list off some topics, or should this kind of just be a surprise?
I think it can just be a surprise. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Nick, do you want to spin that wheel for us? Nick's also here in the studio with us.
Yep.
Our good friend Nick.
Yeah.
And he's helping us create this podcast. Oh, and here we go.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Nick, you want to say hi? All right.
Yes,
He's a little
he's
shy today.
Ooh, maple syrup. Okay.
All
That's
right,
a good one.
Maple syrup. Where does it come from? Is it really just from trees? Are there
Do we
any
really
additives?
not know about maple syrup?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that could go into it.
This is true.
Like, obviously we know it's
There
a
actually
tap.
is.
It's
There's
a tap into a tree, right?
Right.
And then the syrup comes out of it, but what's with it, well, I'm just going to Google how to make maple syrup,
Yeah.
It's a good one. All right. Very interesting picture. You want to bring this up? All right. Nick, our producer, is going to bring it up on the screen, what I found.
Okay. Okay. So we got the guy with a bucket standing next to a tree.
Amazing posture on this guy.
That squat is looking nice.
All right, so we can pick a few things out of this. He has like a drill, a little hose, and a bucket, and a tree.
Maybe I don't know. Vermont that's where I always got the good maple syrup from. That's for sure.
It takes 40 parts maple sap to make 1 part maple syrup.
40 parts maple sap.
Mm-hmm.
So how many trees are we thinking?
Well, it's because the steam.
Excuse me?
You lose a lot of the sap in this when you boil it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You boil sap.
You boil the sap. So there's some sediment that will be in your syrup.
You can't be serious.
These
Really?
fucking sounds, dude. These sounds are ridiculous. Yeah. And then you just bottle it. It's
Yeah.
honestly, it doesn't seem that hard. But like how many
All right. So what I'm seeing here is you get the sap, you boil it, and then you have maple syrup.
Yeah, pretty much. You filter it. You filter out the stuff in it, sediment and whatnot.
Like the wood.
And then you just pretty much have it. Are you adding sugar though? You got to be adding like tons of sugar though, right? I guess not. I guess.
Yeah, Nick's saying no. Do you have
Just in
a
there?
source? Yeah, hop on mic.
All right, so basically, the syrup's already. I mean, the sugar is already in there. It's just something that comes out. It's kind of like a sugar cane type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you boil, they boil all the sap, and then you get rid of all the crap, and the sugar comes. It's like all that's left over is the syrup.
Naturally.
Stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that it?
For maple syrup,
Yeah.
kind of says sounds about right.
There's nothing else? There has to be something else.
I mean, it's very straight. They make the syrup like in the woods, and then by the time they get home, it's already syrup. They just bottle it. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing here. It seems like it's a pretty simple process.
Yeah, it seemed very, very easy.
Well, I mean,
I didn't know it was that
I'm not
easy.
doing it. So, all right. But one thing I was curious about is like, what sets? Because like Vermont maple syrup is like, that's like the good stuff. What's the reasoning for that? Like, why is it so good there as opposed to like here or something? You know, it's not far. Not very far.
oh, did you guys even say where you're from?
I'm originally from Situate, Massachusetts, if that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Really. But we went to school in Fitchburg too. That was where we met.
Fitchburg.
Yeah. So
That's just terrible.
that was a well played storm. Yeah, where are you from?
Massachusetts.
You're just like from all over Massachusetts. then.
Yeah, I was a nomad growing up.
Still are to this day.
Yeah. I could be moving next week,
Yeah.
actually. I'm
Yeah.
living in a tent right now.
How is that?
The tent?
The tent.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
Is it just because that room is like
Yeah. Uninsulated.
uninsulated? It's not like are there windows or is it like screens?
It's all windows.
It's windows. Okay, but it's still like cold as fuck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the same as outside.
Yikes.
But, moving out. next
That
week,
is, yeah,
so.
that's good.
Pretty cool.
All right, so I found this thing that says the law states that Vermont syrup must meet or exceed the standards of quality, purity, and density of all maple producing states and provinces. Our syrup produced in Vermont is 100% natural with nothing added.
So, how's your mom?
It's good.
Same, yeah.
It's good. It was her birthday recently. Celebrated. That was nice.
Nice.
It's a good time.
Well,
There's definitely more we can look
I'm-
up.
yeah, there's no shock factor in this
This is true.
so far. I'm not curious about much that we've learned. It seems like a very straightforward process. I'd go as far as saying we could do this pretty easily on our own.
I think we should try it.
Making maple syrup.
Yeah, I mean, okay, one thing is like, what are the tools you need? Like,
Yeah.
'cause
You just drill
if
a
it's
hole.
super easy, then we can just go do it, you know?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of drills going into holes and then putting a little straw mechanism in the hole, and then the sap via gravity trickles down.
Yeah.
But where does it go if there's no hole? Does it just go into the ground,
What do you mean?
or is that hole that creates the?
Yeah, it's like a vein.
Yeah,
In
you're
your-
going into the tree, you're
Mhm.
tapping in.
But where's the syrup go?
What do you mean?
without the hole? Like where's
Well, it's just sap.
Oh, it's just
the
in the tree.
It's the lifeblood.
It's like,
down to the roots?
you know how like you get sap on your hands sometimes, and you like
Yeah.
pick up a
Mhm.
twig.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. It goes under your hands.
But does it go to the roots?
No, I think it's going. It's
Up?
going upwards. Yeah. Why would it go down?
Well, when you that's how it go like
That's just
the tap.
gravity.
Yeah. Wouldn't go up.
But you're like you're like stabbing into it. Like you're drilling into it.
Yeah.
So it's not like supposed to just go out like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You think it goes up?
I'm no expert, but I think it could go up. It could also go down. I'm just saying, like, it's possible
Hmm.
because it gets up to like the branches and shit on different. Maybe not on
Where-
all trees, but
But where does the
But-
syrup go? If
It's not even syrup.
If it's not on our pancakes, you know?
it's not even syrup at this point.
Yeah, the sap.
Yeah, it's just sap.
But where's that what else does it do if it's not for sweetening our breakfast?
What else do people use maple syrup for?
Well,
I
like
don't
there
know.
has to be a reason why it's in nature, you know?
Oh, why it just exists in nature? Yeah. That's
Is
a
it
good
for,
question. Why does sap exist in nature?
Maybe bugs.
Yeah, I feel like it's to attract some
Mosquitoes.
animals or something. Or maybe
Birds.
monkeys. No monkeys around here.
Vermont monkeys. Why do trees make sap? This sticky liquid runs through the tree and down to the branches to help generate energy while new buds are forming during springtime.
So it goes down?
This sticky liquid runs through the tree and down to the branches.
Wait, that's
So where is it starting?
down to the branches?
It's starting at the tippy top.
Is it starting from the top?
It
Wouldn't the top be like,
It would have to be like a leaf.
it's gotta start from the bottom and go up, and it's gotta. I don't know, the way that's worded
it's
is
saying
confusing.
the sap is what the tree feeds off of, because the sugar gives it energy to keep growing.
All right,
Isn't that cool?
that's kind of cool. Two.
I'm reading here that pests and disease are common reasons why trees ooze and drip sap. That's what it says right here.
Okay.
So pests and disease creates sap.
Okay.
They're common reasons.
That makes sense.
What if you picked like 2 or 3 topics and then made a movie around the 3 topics? Like maple
Ooh,
syrup could be
okay.
an element of that.
Right. Well, I just fear that the next topic
It's
will,
gonna be the most
will take
difficult.
forever. You
I
know?
think combining two is not a bad idea, though.
First, yeah,
two. We can
maybe
do
for
two.
situations like this where it's like pretty straightforward.
Because if we get something crazy that's like totally different, then it's like, then you really have something interesting that you can do with it. You know what I mean? Like you're forced to take the story into a different direction. Like if the next one was circuit boards,
Oh, I hope not.
you know what I mean? Then we have to incorporate circuit boards into like
Yeah.
a natural.
It's gonna get
Thing.
sticky. This sketch
Somebody
is gonna
gets
get
sap
sticky.
on their circuit board.
Yeah.
You know, something like it just forces you to think outside the box. You know, and I think we'd have
Yeah.
more interesting ideas, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm all for that idea.
I'm not against it. Yeah.
Would you like me to bring up the wheel again?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're also going to be adding to this list of topics. So
Correct. Yeah, if
This
you
isn't
got
all-
any ideas for topics, you can just leave a comment on our YouTube channel after you subscribe
Mm-hmm.
and share it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything you want us
Um,
to research, if you want to know more about it, or if you just want to hear us
hmm
come up with ideas about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
are
I
we
think,
going with it?
I think maple syrup was kind of a weak start, but
Yeah, the energy was really. We started at a high,
yeah.
and then we
All right, yeah. Let's see what else this wheel has to offer. All right, the wheel is spinning. Let's see. Bug spray. Okay.
all right, bug
Idea.
spray.
Idea.
Well,
Because bug
we're
spray
in
and
the
sap
woods.
are kind of
We're in the woods.
bug spray and sap are kind of doing the same thing a little bit. Somebody makes
Tasty treats.
bug spray, but it's like super sticky. Sap. All right. So let's research bug spray.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about it first. So, all right. So we all know what bug spray is. It keeps the little biters off of you
Mm-hmm.
while you're in the woods or around a campfire or outside at night, usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mosquitoes.
But
I hate
what
mosquitoes.
is it that keeps those pesky little guys off of you? You know.
Like, what are the contents
Yeah.
of the bug spray? What is it made of?
Well, I want to know what kind of chemicals are causing these
These bugs.
bugs to not like it. You know.
Yeah.
Because some bug spray is actually quite. It smells nice. Some of it.
Not really, but
You've never had one that smells good?
not really.
Oh,
I feel like they always
You gotta-
smell terrible.
maybe pay a little bit more for a bottle and try it out. Might be getting-
I like the direction they're going in now. Like they're making them. Some are like drier. They're like it's not as like just like your skin is like soaked in like
right. Yeah.
gasoline or oil.
What about a lotion?
All right, so let's pull up. What's a popular bug spray brand?
Off?
Off. Okay.
They have bug spray lotion.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when
I think so.
Like sunscreen.
Off Deep Woods insect repellent.
Yeah. What
All
do
right.
we got?
Active ingredients. Well, DEET. Yeah, I think we all know DEET.
I have no idea.
You never heard DEET?
Never, dude. I've never.
I was
heard-
about to say DEET earlier, but
What is DEET?
material that provides a registered performance objective in a product such as in insecticide, antimicrobial, or repellent. I think it's like the main ingredient. Other ingredients: butane, propane, isobutane, ethanol, cornstarch, water, magnesium carbonate.
Yeah.
Some of these are gonna be hard to fucking
Right. Yeah.
pronounce. Isopropyl.
Isopropyl.
Yeah, thanks. I should not be reading these. This is dumb. Aminomethylpropanol, sodium
What about Raid?
benzoate,
Yeah, benzoate.
fragrance. and
Fragrance. That's your best friend right there. Is the fragrance.
fragrance.
That's the one you like, right?
Yeah. Not the best, but also could have been a lot worse. I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's for deep woods. Deep woods dry. You get that that good protection, but your skin stays dry, which is nice.
Right. I mean, I'm usually putting it on the clothes. You know.
What?
Before you get ready.
On the clothes?
Yeah.
You're not putting it on your body at all?
I mean, I feel like if I'm like going into the woods, I'm usually in long sleeve
Pants and long
pants.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but some days it is
Boots.
hot and humid out there,
Yeah.
and you just can't.
Well, then I'll stay inside.
Yeah, you're definitely more of an indoor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sketch is going to be...
It's funny that you live in a
tough.
tent. Like, would you go camping? Would you
Yeah.
go camping with me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Would you do camping if it was just like sleeping bags under the stars kind of deal, or no?
Just like in the woods.
Definitely would want
You
some
can bring
sort
a
of-
rake or something, get the rocks out of the way, you know, same as a tent.
no,
Probably would want
I
some
would
sort
want
of
the tent.
enclosure.
Yeah.
Really? You would
Yeah.
never, okay.
Well,
Or
like, are you
the
just like
hammocks.
in the woods?
The hammocks are cool.
Hammocks would be good.
Right, yeah, I don't
thought
mean
you
like-
were saying like...
I don't mean like a preferred kind of, I meant like, would you? Like, hey, we're just going to sleep outside.
I
every now
mean,
and then.
sounds like ticks.
Yeah, I just prefer the tent.
Guess it
little
depends
added-
on where you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little added protection, you know. That's all.
Right.
But I enjoy camping. You know.
No ticks in the tent.
Yeah. We're all camping
What's that?
guys.
No ticks in the tent.
Oh yeah,
I've never seen
definitely.
them. All right. So
All right, so we got bug spray
we're done.
and maple syrup. All right, that's it. Let's back it up. I just looked up the ingredients of one type of bug spray.
Right. Maybe we try to make some.
Should
You
we
have- you have any-
try to make?
Do you have any DEET?
We should test like. Yeah, you can get DEET, right? You gotta be able to.
I'm not seeing.
DEET.
Wait, can you
I'm not
please,
seeing DEET
seriously,
DEET
I'm-
for sale.
I wish I was kidding. What is DEET? Can you please explain the DEET situation?
Okay, I'll look up what DEET is.
Thank you.
Um,
Only because I you were like, we all know DEET, and I just felt really like left out on the DEET train.
what is DEET?
I'm seeing.
Is the active ingredient in many repellent products. It is widely used to repel biting pests such as mosquitoes and ticks. Every year, an estimated 1/3 of the U.S. population use DEET to protect them from mosquito-borne illness like West Nile virus, the Zika virus, or malaria, and tick-borne illnesses like Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Products containing DEET currently are available to the public in a variety of liquids, lotions, sprays, and impregnated
lotion.
materials, like towelettes, roll-on.
Who's impregnating a towelette?
That's
I
what
found-
it says on
I
When
found
was the last
something
time
you're
either
gonna
of you
wanna-
impregnated a towelette? You know?
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, there's a thing that says, is DEET natural? Found in most commercial bug sprays, DEET is a synthetic repellent that was developed for the U.S. military in the 1940s and came into commercial use in the 1950s. This was made for the military. It's kind of interesting.
That's how you know it's a real deal. Can we buy
Getting
DEET?
sick. It's actually what I was just about to look that up too. DEET for sale. Amazon.
Get a big bucket of DEET.
Goldman under max 100% DEET insect repellent. Okay, well it's
Found something you guys would be interested in. Yeah, Colin, what do you think of this?
what is this maple syrup bug spray?
This is maple syrup in a bug spray can.
In a bug spray can?
Oh, like a
Uh,
joke? Like, would you bring that and be like,
No,
"Oh, I have the bug spray," and then you pass it to your buddy who's like
No, this looks legit.
really susceptible?
It's
Are there
maple
different
maple
pictures?
syrup in a spray can.
How does that? How do you think that works? Because maple syrup's moderately, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's thick.
Maybe this
slim
one isn't.
thick, but thick.
But
Nonetheless.
zoom in on like the picture.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
I don't.
Interesting. Okay.
But it's portion controlled and easy to use. And it's going right on that.
That's easy to use and portion control.
Right. And it's going right on that little bread disc. I don't know what it is though.
Is that a? It looks like it's someone's knee, doesn't it? It looks like
Yeah.
a thigh. What does it say? No mess.
We could make a huge.
Yeah, what are you
mess with that.
talking about? You can make a
Um,
huge mess with that.
Right.
If anything, it's like more easy to make a mess. You just spray it everywhere. Yeah.
What is
I guess
that?
it would be
What's-
hard to make a mess with it, though. You know,
So on the
it's just like a
can-
tiny little stream coming out of like a tiny little hole.
Is there videos of this in
on
action?
this.
I'm not sure. We can
What's
find
it
some.
called?
I'm sure, but
It's called DEET.
Andrew,
No,
there's a
it's not.
read. See if there's DEET in the maple syrup.
Let's look at the deets. Organic maple syrup from Vermont.
That's it.
From Vermont.
Yeah.
Is all maple syrup from Vermont? Can you get
I don't
different?
think no, it's not all from Vermont, but
Well, they
it's
have
just a
Canadian
big-
maple leaves, right? So
Yeah, it's a big industry there, I guess. Yeah, it's very popular.
I wonder if pollination has anything to do with it.
with what, the taste or the gelatinousness? All of it?
Yeah, just the
The
syrup.
product.
Yeah, final product. Because if there's no additives, then it's like just the trees.
Yeah, it's straight from the trees. It's all tree.
Yeah.
100% tree.
So it has to do with, pollination, how these seeds are being spread.
is it just like I feel like it's got to be the conditions that the
But what are
the tree is in.
what are the tree main ingredients in maple syrup?
Huh?
It's
It's
just
the sap, right?
It's just
Yeah.
it's just one ingredient, not three of them.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah.
What I'm getting here is this bug spray. It has DEET, and that's what keeps
That's
the
the
bugs
main.
away.
That is the main ingredient.
and
that
and
keeps
everything
them away.
else is not needed, not deeded.
I don't know. Well, there's other stuff in it, smaller percentage, but the DEET is the main ingredient that keeps them away.
Like the can is mostly DEET.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, then why add more things?
Well, DEET, you said DEET's the active ingredient that gets the bugs away, right? Like
Yes.
that's the thing.
That is the thing.
Nothing else. The other things. Help,
The other
probably.
things are like, well, the fragrance was one thing. Yeah, I think it's like 98% like DEET. I'm not joking. I looked up this. Okay,
Can we get
one,
the
one of these
ingredients
products
up
on
here?
here?
Yeah, sure.
For like off.
Coleman brand
Gotcha,
100
of
Max
course.
insect repellent has DEET 98.11%. Other ingredients
98.
0.11.
1.11. Other ingredients 1.89.
Huh.
Total 100%. That's what it says.
Can we get a
But
list?
then
of
it's
what
funny
DEET,
because then under the about this item it says 100% DEET insect repellent. And it's not. It's
so
not.
it's not 100%.
It's not 100%. It even says so on. It says so on the can.
Yeah, I mean, so the topics, the two things that you're definitely going to put in your sketch are bug spray and maple syrup, 100%.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
Your
we
show, not
can
mine.
branch off of that from like
For
on the research.
conversations.
right? Yeah. Just because we're interested, we're just curious.
Yeah.
But those are the things that are going to be in the
Right. I don't know. We don't know how yet, but
Right. That's coming.
All right. So I think we can all agree that DEET.
did you say deed?
DEET.
DEET with a T. Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. DEET is what causes the bugs to
Repels them.
repels.
Okay.
So what's going on there?
Why does DEET repel?
DEET works to confuse and interfere with the receptors on a mosquito's antenna,
Oh.
which deters mosquitoes from landing on the skin and biting.
Deters.
I'm not going to lie to you, Andrew. I was not reluctance the wrong word, but I was skeptical of the Googling style podcast.
Mhm.
This is incredibly informative so far. I'm being dead serious. This is
I didn't know about
No, we
DEET.
learn.
I did not. I had no idea what DEET was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've already learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, and
We're
we
all
gotta
we're all here to learn something together.
You
Yeah.
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
learn and have fun
Yeah.
With DEET.
with DEET.
Learn, have fun, and be
Deet.
creative. Those are, all
But
good
I'm like
things.
dead serious. Like I'm actually impressed so far. So tell me more about the DEET and the receptors.
Yeah, I mean that's about as deep as DEET.
There's no more details.
I'm reading that sugar attracts roaches.
Yes.
Well, what else do we need to know about bug spray and DEET?
Well, I mean the maple syrup just seemed like a very straightforward, simple
Okay.
kind of process.
What happens to you if you consume
DEET?
right? consuming it, like say there was an accident.
Like as if someone had
Right.
purchased
Like-
the maple syrup in a bug spray can
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
and stored it next to their DEET the bug spray with the DEET in it.
right, and then they sprayed it on their pancakes. Yeah, I think that's definitely a solid idea.
Would they
right
just
there.
become repellent to, or would bugs become, repellent to them?
Well, bugs would definitely not be going towards the pancakes at that point.
But like if
But
you
the
consume
guy,
it,
but the guy is
would it radiate?
the guy or girl who's eating said pancakes is going to have
Severe.
some sort of
Severe.
reaction potentially, unless it's not like bad if you consume it. But I can't
Then don't
imagine
eat.
that it would be good to consume.
Let's see.
Does it say for external use only on the?
Yeah, it says people that have left DEET products on their skin for extended periods of time have experienced irritation, redness,
Mm,
a rash, and swelling.
right.
Okay,
Uh,
but what if they
people-
consume it?
Yeah,
Right,
people that
right.
have swallowed products containing DEET, which by the way, DEET is all caps.
Every
Always.
time.
Yeah,
Is it?
have
Is
you
it?
been
Is it?
noticing
Does
that?
it stand for something?
It must.
Can we figure that out?
Yeah, I'll keep reading
I'll
this.
look on that.
Okay.
All right, so people who that have swallowed products containing DEET have experienced upset stomach, vomiting, and nausea. It can also rarely cause seizures.
So you could be around someone else who used DEET in the past X
Yeah.
amount of time and have a seizure.
That's what it's saying. Rare. It's rare, but it can
Are
happen.
there any other effects of consuming it?
He said nausea, vomiting.
Nausea, vomiting. Okay, yeah, that was the part that I missed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing death. I mean, I'm sure.
Well, it depends on the amount.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're taking shots of DEET, you
Which-
probably die.
Do
I
not
really want to know
do.
what DEET is. Like, what does it stand for?
Okay, I got it right here. It's interesting. It's not what I was expecting. Yeah, it says Department of. I don't even know if this is right, to be honest.
Department of Education.
This says Department of Education, Employment, and Training.
Yeah, so that's probably.
It's not.
uh,
definitely-
But
that's
then
a-
above it, it says DEET used since since 1957 is effective against mosquitoes, black flies, ticks, mites, and land leeches.
So
What are land leeches?
What is it? What is it? What does it stand for?
But then it just says DEET, like
What does it stand for though? Again,
Department of.
Department of
Education.
Education, Employment, and Training.
and that's
And
in
it says Northern.
and that's in a sprayable can.
This is Northern Territory, Australia. So this is clearly unrelated, but they put it right underneath.
And-
I think it's just like a nickname for the chemical name, which I don't even want to try to say this. I mean, it's long. If you look up D, it has a weird
The-
chemical name.
The diethyl.
Diethylmetatoluamide.
Toluamide. What's the NN? Do you see the chemical name? It's like N,
Yeah.
comma N.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about chemical names. Maybe that's another one to add to the list.
Right.
chemical names.
Yeah,
I used to
certainly interesting.
I used to mix chemicals.
I do remember you doing that job.
Yeah.
Do we know why DEET repels the bugs? Did we
Didn't
discuss?
you just say that about the receptors?
Yeah, receptors in the antenna. Which honestly, I guess I don't know what that means.
It makes
specifically.
DEET rather than killing the bugs. DEET works by making it hard for the biting bugs to smell us. So we have like natural oils and stuff on our skin that make us appetizing to mosquitoes and stuff.
Yeah, the blood.
So it's like a covering scent.
Yeah, the DEET. It's like rubbing deer urine all over
Right.
yourself when you go hunting,
Mhm.
Yeah.
bathing in it. This is
Yeah.
a DEET. Is more. It's a masking product
Right.
that makes it difficult for them to their receptors. Just like
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But
They
they know
still get
something's
you, though.
there.
They know
something's
they'll
there.
land on you. Yeah, it doesn't say that they won't like land on you or anything. It just says that it's difficult for them to smell that we're humans.
We should have a mosquito on the show.
interview them. Or
You'd think they'd catch on by now that
We don't like them.
no, that like that DEET is just a trick. You know, after all these years.
I still get bit. So I guess they kind of do.
Mhm.
I guess they kind
You're
of
just
have
more potent than DEET.
me.
Yeah. If you still
You
get
saying
bit
I
after.
smell bad?
No. Well, maybe you smell too good.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
or neutral.
Well,
Too appetizing.
that's what you are, an
Yeah.
appetizing specimen. Family show. Family show.
Yeah.
Are we sticking to mosquitoes with this bug spray sitch, or are we going all bugs?
I mean, I feel like they're
'Cause
fairly common.
It's bug.
Well, we can go with
spray.
whatever bugs are on the can because they'll say like different types of bugs
Mhm.
that it repels.
There are different types of bugs. Would you consider Raid
Yeah,
a
that's
bug
what I was gonna say
spray?
because that's like ants, right?
Could, like,
Isn't that's like
but on
for
the wheel
ants
though,
or like
roaches.
bees or
Mm.
something.
roaches, bees, hornets.
Hornets, yeah.
Right.
But on the wheel though, it didn't say like off. It said bug spray. So
Yeah, it's
again,
it's
just
up
trying
in
to
the air.
clarify.
It's just a spray that that's for bugs.
Oh, you know what's
bugs.
crazy? So they have like there's some like those for the ones for like bees and shit
Mm.
because you don't want to go close to that shit. Like they have these sprays that like shoot like very far away. There was like this huge hornet's nest up on this telephone pole. We were all like young and
Electric bees.
and there's like so many kids on my street, so we just like got together and like just started chucking rocks at it.
Smart, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we would like hit it, and then if we hit it, we'd like run and hide under like my neighbor's like deck. But yeah, we did that for like a couple days, I think. And
How did
even
couple
like
days
it was
straight,
literally
like,
like it was
straight.
like a war, dude. It was like
No breaks.
I think it was like a 2-day war. And our neighbor who was like across the street, he came out with his paintball gun. And he started shooting at it, like,
Mhm.
and then like the cops showed up on our street, and we were like, "Oh shit!" And we ran and hid under the deck because the cops came.
Why did the bee like who called the cops?
So this
bees.
is so
Right, I mean like
Yeah.
who
No,
they're
no,
shooting
so-
us with a paintball gun. We just can't buzz around.
no
Honey.
right. So
They were
so
making honey.
we just weren't even like paying attention to this, but the telephone pole is like on the side of the street, and there's a house right there, and these
So
people
you were shooting onto someone's property.
No, it wasn't hitting the house, but these people owned they did like boat and like jet ski rentals and stuff, and just had like there was like a boat and a bunch of jet skis like behind all the like the trees and stuff that were like in front of this telephone. You couldn't like really see it, but really you probably could if you paid a little bit of attention. But we were just
So
chucking,
you were chucking rocks and paintballs at someone's jet skis and boat rentals.
Yes, exactly.
Oh
So
my
they called the
God.
cops.
Oh my God.
And but then when the cops came, they brought
Deet.
they brought this no, they brought this huge spray can and like
yeah.
shot it from like
The ground.
30 feet away. Yeah, from the ground. And like it was dealt with. Dude, in the police report later that week, it was like Danglewood Drive, like kids playing with bees. That was
You made the paper?
yeah. Well,
Wow.
it's in the police report.
Oh, I thought
It's
you
the
said the
police
newspaper.
report.
I'm sorry. I thought it was like the Sunday
town.
Times, the Danglewood.
It's the town
You know.
police report. Small town. You know,
Right.
so it was
Yeah.
like, but it just said kids playing with bees. I
Nice.
thought that was funny.
I like that.
Somebody got
Yeah.
stung in the head. Definitely.
Should we move on to the idea for the sketch?
I think so. Yes,
I
I think we're
All right,
good.
wait.
I
Let's
think
just
we've
do
looked up enough.
quick recap.
Yeah. So our two topics were maple syrup and bug spray.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those are our two topics, and we've researched a good amount of stuff about them. DEET, main ingredient.
We
of
learned a lot
bug
about
spray.
DEET.
But both of them have like one key ingredient, which I do find interesting. Because they
One
do-
of them technically is just one ingredient, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
bug spray,
literally
it's
is
just DEET.
one ingredient.
Oh, I meant maple syrup was just
No,
sap.
maple.
Yeah.
Yeah, maple syrup just sap. The bug spray mostly DEET. There's a little bit of extra stuff in there.
Right, yeah. It is mostly deep. I mean, is there a world where these two things, being maple syrup and bug spray, become one
They combine together to make a super
soup?
super soup.
Well, we have to
can-
use both of those.
No, we
things,
we
you
do
know?
have to use both, but we can. It doesn't have to be like just the products though.
Yeah, we should like have characters.
Yeah, like
and
there's
stuff.
take a maple syrup farmer and and a
Yeah.
deet
expert.
deet I don't know what you would call that. Yeah. All right, I definitely like the idea of mixing up the two bottles,
What, putting maple syrup in bug spray bottle?
or like
Putting them next to each other.
somebody buys that bottle, that spray bottle of maple syrup, right?
Mm.
As like
It's
a
not-
gift for
Is
their.
it spray or is it like
Well, it was a
Well,
stream.
like
it's
an
this
ooze?
little stream, but it looks like a spray bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know how when you like get to the end of a thing of bug spray, it kind of just dribbles out. So it kind of would resemble the stream of the maple syrup,
the end?
the end of the can, right? Well, because otherwise,
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think
otherwise,
so.
otherwise
No.
it's just gonna clearly be spray. It's gonna
I
be
don't
very,
know.
very
All right.
obviously different from maple syrup.
So the idea of a video that you're pitching is, it's not like the main idea, but you're saying someone eventually picks
I-
up a can,
I think it's
thinks
the main
it's bug
idea.
spray.
No, it is the main. It is the main idea. I mean, these sketches don't have to be like. These sketches aren't like super long. It's like a
you don't
little.
want to make it into a feature about the
Right.
deep.
I mean, maybe.
I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
3 to 6 minutes.
That's a lot.
6 minutes is, dude. This could be
Three,
like
3 to
3
6.
minutes is like
Three,
that's good.
3 to 6
A sketch.
Dude, fine. We shouldn't go over 5.
credits. You know.
And so
All right, fine. Minute for credits.
Yeah.
30% of
So really slow scroll.
So, all right. So right now, that's our idea. Okay. So, what?
It
Who is our
says
character?
the
here?
melting point for DEET is negative 49 degrees Fahrenheit.
The melting point, or is that the freezing point?
It says melting, but it must mean freezing, right?
I would.
Not necessarily, because there's a lot of like if you spray a can for a long time, it gets really cold.
And it melts.
I mean,
This is true.
you also don't just put DEET in. That might be the reason that even in the 100% DEET options, it's only 98.11% because the other percentages are the things causing it to melt. I'm still concerned about the negative 49 degrees.
Melting point, yeah.
Yeah, that's. So is it solid DEET?
Well, it must not become, and it must not melt.
You know what it is though? It's
It's melting. you
in
know?
its solid state. It's probably a gas.
All right.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. So it doesn't melt into a liquid. You can't get liquid DEET until it's negative 49 degrees. So in its solid state at room temperature, it's a gas
Mm.
because it's very like the particles are very far apart. Probably.
I never thought of it as a gas. I was
No,
thinking
it's
it as a liquid.
It's definitely a liquid, right?
It says it's hygroscopic.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Not a clue in the world, but I assume you'd have a follow up to that.
Yeah, well, it means it absorbs moisture in the air.
Okay, so hydrophobic would repel moisture.
So
Hydroscopic,
when you spray it, it mixes
Okay.
with the air to become
a
a
liquid.
liquid.
Interesting. So that's very. So
Yeah.
okay.
I think that's what it means.
I thought you were reading it off of the thing.
Yeah, I
Like,
thought-
what does
I just had-
hydroscopic mean?
That's what it means. Tending to absorb
Absorb.
moisture from the air.
Tending to. So
Yeah.
there are times where it doesn't,
But
but it tends to.
in the sense of DEET, I don't know. It could.
It's a very temperamental product.
I think it should be a gift. Somebody got them
Pancakes?
this like spray maple syrup. Oh, you should use the spray maple syrup that I bought you. And then he goes over and he picks up a bottle of off or something. Oh, Bluff.
Bluff.
Bluff. I like Bluff. I'm gonna write Bluff down. You know, but when they realize that the mistake that they made, they should like go through the ingredients and be like, you just ate DEET. You just ate 90.
8.11.
8.11% DEET. All right, person makes pancakes and mixes up bottle of Bluff bug spray with spray of maple syrup.
The batter?
No, they make the pancakes first, and then
Okay,
you know,
so
they're like, "Oh, go grab the
where's
go grab the maple syrup.
Oh, should we
I
use
bought you that new spray."
Yeah.
spray kind.
Yep. What's the
Mhm.
setting? Is it like future where everything's spray? So it's like it's easily.
Oh no, I think it's
confused?
present day because we have spray. It exists now,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
does
like a
exist.
new fad product type. deal.
Right.
Maple spray, maple syrup spray, and bug syrup.
Syrup. yeah. We just lather some syrup onto our skins, to avoid getting
Well,
bit.
Yeah, well, it's just DEET.
Well, it's DEET. Yeah, but
It's a yellowish
like,
oil.
Syrup. Well, it'd be
Slightly yellow oil.
It'd be syrup.
but it's in a syrupy form.
Yeah.
100%.
They just switch them.
It's the only
No,
one
I-
that's 100%.
I like the idea
Yeah,
of just
DEET-
like the
DEET's
joke is
really a
like,
syrup.
the spray maple syrup is such a stupid product that like that would be the reason why you like accidentally
Mhm.
The thing that I get
spray
tripped
bug
up
spray
on,
your
I love it. The thing that I get tripped up on is the consistency of the two liquids when you.
Yeah, I feel
but
like
it
it's
says spray, so he's like, maybe this person has never used it before, so they just see, oh, spray, and then like, he's like, that's spraying a little bit more than I expected, but
He's never used it.
He's never used it before.
Okay,
it
ready?
says spray.
So it starts off, you get the voicemail message in the thing. It's like an older guy, right? His son's calling him, "Hey, Dad, hope you're having a great Sunday. Sorry I couldn't make it up this weekend. Make sure you try that new maple syrup spray I got you.
for your birthday.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
enjoy your pancakes. Love, son. Beep."
Enjoy that.
It has to be an
Yeah.
older guy. Like, who's going to make this? You know what I mean? Like, it has to be
Yeah, or somebody just in the room with them, and they're like, oh, I picked up some new. I saw this stuff in the grocery store. It was spray maple syrup. I
Ooh,
thought it was a
okay,
little weird.
yeah.
And so I thought I'd try it out. And then they go in there and they accidentally grab the. They gotta look like really similar though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm reading the reviews.
Of?
The spray bottle syrup.
Oh, okay. Can you share? No name. We don't name names, but
Tasty. Practical packaging. We were glad to try it, but they spelled glade. One says excellent.
Mm.
So convenient and mess free. Great for the kids. I like the fact that it's an organic and natural product, but what I don't like is the nozzle, which keeps clogging.
right. I can see that being a problem.
Yeah, that definitely.
Great product. I like the idea of having portion control. No more oops. I poured too much. Especially that this is not a cheap imitation syrup. It's organic, and Combs Farms is my favorite maple syrup. I put 4 stars only because the nozzle gets clogged if you don't rinse it with warm water immediately after use. I like the
You know what I'm saying?
visual of, drill a hole into a tree, put the straw in. I would like it to like spray out
Like
And
it's
it's
like
it's
so
actually-
much.
like a mist.
Okay,
you know?
ready? 2 guys go off into the woods trying to make maple syrup. And
It's
one
just
guy
like
starts
spray.
drill. Oh, I got that. Okay, so you drill a hole,
Yeah.
put the spigot in, it gets sprayed,
It's
and they
supposed
go,
to be easy,
they go,
right?
buddy, that's
Supposed
not
to
a
be
maple
fucking
tree. That's a
DEET.
DEET tree. You know what I mean? You got to come with me to the maple tree if you want to make maple syrup. What are you trying to make? Bug spray?
And they drink the DEET syrup and they die. And then they have a seizure.
Right. There's
Yeah.
no death.
Yes.
It's just like one of them could vomit.
Yes. One
Right.
vomits, the other one starts having a seizure.
We can do some foreshadowing, like they enter the woods or like, being bit
Mhm.
by mosquitoes, and then when they start de-deeting the
DEET.
tree, no bugs.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there has to be an element of we have to stretch the truth, if you will, here. A little
Yeah,
bit,
Mm.
for sure.
you know. So whether there's a DEET tree or you mix up your spray cans.
Yeah.
I mean, trekking off into the woods in February.
Right. I mean, like, what if,
What are the chances it can be mosquito anyway?
like, what if, like, the spray bottle thing is just two guys go out to the woods? They're like, oh, we're getting bit. Like, you brought the bug spray, right?
And
yes,
yes,
yes. And then
that's
it's
another one
just
that's
maple
very
syrup.
good.
Maple syrup. I like that. Yeah.
You know?
It could be like a two-parter. Like one is them mixing it up in the kitchen,
Right.
and the other part is them mixing it up in the woods.
This is sounding
Just
a
the
lot
opposite.
like 6 minutes, just so you know.
Really? Just a shot of like people getting ready to go on their camping trip, and
Well, we have to
hey, make sure you
introduce-
grab that bug spray.
Accidentally, like,
Make sure you grab that bug spray. Don't forget, goes
slowly
right next
pour
to the.
out.
Would it be?
Dude, we have to buy this though.
Yeah,
You're realizing that. We have to buy
it's
this can.
$8. Or
$8.64.
$7.92 if we do an auto ship every month. Well, what's funnier for you, right? The setup with the maple syrup spray mix up, or if they just like, oh, like, do you have any bug spray? Like, yeah, I got some. Like, and then
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one.
yeah, it's
That's
just
like
randomly
maple syrup.
maple syrup.
No, I think we should do both. They're super easy, and
Yeah, I
they're
guess.
they're the exact same, but they're just flipped.
the shot of him like picking, like which can to get, that should be a flashback.
Yeah, he's like,
Um,
which one did I grab? Yeah, he's trying to remember which one he grabbed. He's like, you grabbed the syrup, you moron. They find the deet tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure.
They're like, all right, I know just where to go. There's a deet tree up here. Is
And
it?
then it sprays out.
Should we
Dude,
should we
it's
be
bigger.
saying deet,
Deet?
or should we say like bug spray tree?
No, we can use deet, I think.
Hmm.
It's a word. It's just a word. It's not a brand. It's not a brand. It's like a
No, I mean
Ingredient.
like would
That-
it make sense
that
for
was
like
my
the
concern.
audience? Like, should we just say bug spray tree?
No, deet tree is because if you watch the podcast, then we talked about deet extensively.
Well, yeah. I
So that's
would
the point,
assume,
is it's
I would
for
assume the
the-
video would get more of a viewing.
Potentially, but it's
More
but
than
then
the podcast?
it's based off the podcast though. It's based off the podcast though. They're
People are gonna watch a
interchangeable.
random deet video without understanding.
Yeah, I
the,
guess.
No, somebody's gonna okay, so somebody's gonna then we link the podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's a reason.
And then
for them
vice
to watch
versa.
it.
Podcast, we link the video.
But if there's two guys, right, and one of them mixes up the bug spray he sprays maple
Yeah.
syrup all over himself, and then his other friend is like, solution, you got to find some deet.
Right. He explains what deed is.
And
to
then
the friend. Yeah.
because he knows, much like
Yeah.
Colin knew, he explained to us, you
Mhm.
know.
Okay, so this is a two-parter. So one guy.
2 videos,
Well, I think they're in this. They can be in the same video. They can both just be really
two
short,
scenes.
but they just like one plays after the other.
You could do 4 videos. A, B,
Or
C,
if they
deet.
do,
Yeah.
what if the guy makes the same mistake twice, but he just switched. So first they have breakfast, then they decide to go on a walk in the woods.
Well,
So he
why are you
fucks it
breaking
up at breakfast.
Why are you breaking up into 2 videos?
It's still one video, but I'm
Okay,
saying
that's
it's
the
like they're 2
misconception.
different segments, kind of.
2 scenes.
But I'm saying if you want to put them into one, you could have them like getting ready to go on their walk in the morning. So they have breakfast and then like they fuck up and spray bug spray on their pancakes. and
And
then
now they're hungry. For
and
their
then they're like,
walk.
all right, fine, let's just go on the walk. You know?
So they don't eat the
And then they're like,
pancakes,
all
the
right,
bug
go
spray.
grab the bug spray.
Or what if they?
He puts it back.
Of course he does. He has to
And
put
then
it back.
Yeah, he puts it back. And then he goes,
no, and instead of they're like, all right, we have to go get maple syrup now.
and then they go to the grocery store and buy bug spray.
no,
by
they go to the
accident?
woods to get maple syrup.
It'd be funny if like one of them was like really aggravated.
Because
We're
it
like,
doesn't have to make sense.
we're like all out of maple syrup. The other one's like really aggravated. Like, oh, get the bucket. Fuck yeah.
yeah, get the bucket, get the tap.
Yeah.
Get the
You
bucket,
get the tap.
And then they tap into a tea tree.
Yeah,
by
do a
accident.
D tree.
And both times it ended up being bug spray. Especially the second time where it's like pretty much guaranteed it's maple syrup. And then it's a
Yeah.
deed tree.
Yeah, what if we? All right. So just going in order here.
Mhm.
Two guys making breakfast. One says to the other, "Go get the maple syrup. It's in a spray can over there." The one goes over, grabs the bug spray instead of the maple syrup,
Yes.
sprays it on the pancakes.
Yeah, accidentally.
Oh, that was a bug spray. I told you to grab the maple syrup. Guys, like they look so similar. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my fault. It's like, okay, I guess we have to go get some maple syrup.
No, but why do they need maple syrup though? They have it.
Well,
There could be some
yeah,
frustration.
Yeah, well, what if you're like, I couldn't find them? I don't think you got.
I think you got the wrong thing.
Yeah,
I think you got the
bug spray.
bug spray instead.
And you're like, okay, well, let's go get the bucket, get the tap, grab the bug spray. Might as well, because we're going to the woods to get maple syrup. He grabs the maple syrup can this time instead of the bug spray. And then they get to the woods. They're like, all right, we're getting eaten alive out here. Let's get that bug spray out. And then it's maple syrup. They're like, well, we're here anyway. Might as well restock.
On the maple syrup.
Yeah, they're there
Yeah.
already. Why go out to the woods and then just go back?
Yeah,
Like, they're right there. So they go.
they're getting eaten alive.
They tap in. They fill up their bucket.
Of DEET.
Yeah, but they don't know it's deep. And then they head back to the apartment, make
Does
new
this sap
pancakes.
seem like a slightly yellow oil?
yellower than
Yeah.
it should be. That's good.
Yeah,
In
good.
DEET, it does.
they have an entire bucket of what they think is maple syrup. They go back to the house, whip up some pancakes, and pour the it's deep on. They just do it again by accident.
It's DEET.
That's good. Yeah, it comes full circle in that
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Okay.
And then they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Colin's always
I'm
such an
all-
easy
I'm-
sell.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
like it.
comes
I like
full
when things
circle,
come
and then
full circle like
and
that.
then they're like, all right, let's just use the can maple syrup.
Spray it again.
spray bug spray on it. It was never maple syrup. Because of course, why would maple
Because
syrup
why
be in
would
a
spray maple syrup exist ever?
Yeah, it's like a
So
Shutter Island ending where like
Everything.
everything's
Spoilers.
fake. Yeah. There was never spray maple syrup in Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. I think it's a well put together story.
Yeah.
It sticks.
I think it works.
And we don't run into the situation where we have to get really sticky. Where my head went first, like we would just be covered in maple syrup in the video. Because, I feel like we would be spraying.
Well, aren't we putting maple syrup on our like arms or something?
Yeah, I guess.
There's like one shot of that. It would just be like a little bit on the arm, maybe.
No, we should fully apply and then be like, oh,
What is it?
what kind of spray is this?
I'm down with it. All right. So now, now the
I
challenge.
think it's funny.
So now the challenge is, hopefully by the next episode that we do,
Mhm.
the next episode of this pod, we shoot and edit this sketch in
Mhm.
full,
Yes.
and then we show it on the next episode. That should be our goal, at least. I would
that
imagine.
should be our goal.
And we'll have
Yeah.
the videos up
Mhm.
on YouTube, but we can show them on the show.
Mhm.
Uh,
All right.
Nice job, guys. Nice job.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. You
Thanks.
too.
And we'll see
Should we
you-
do an outro
Do a sound.
video of us leaving? Or no, we'll just do an outro song. How's that?
Yeah. Just play the song.
Bluff Boys don't do it.
It's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch. Hey, it's a podcast, bitch.